Oh shoot! I forgot to shake it. Oh, are we recording
Yes. What you forget to shake, Dawn?
already? My bag of popcorn. I got the caramel cheddar mix, and you're supposed to shake it. I think.
Do they
Oh
call
man.
that? Do they call it the Chicago mix?
No, it just says cheese and caramel mix. I got it the big bag from Sam's. That it's I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Cretors. Cretors. I don't
Okay.
know, but it's really good. It's the to me, to me personally. First of all, what's going on, friends?
Hey, friend. That quickly. See, because our friends are already part of our conversation. We just keep talking. Hey, friends.
Exactly. We welcome them
Oh
in.
my. Okay.
What?
So you were about to say you think it's what,
Mm,
in your
it is a
opinion?
very nice, um, not replacement, a nice backup to Garrett's. You know, I love me some Garrett's
See, and that's
popcorn.
why I think, because to me, I think if I'm not mistaken, Garrett's was the one that originated that whole caramel cheese popcorn mix.
Right. That's
So
why I think a lot of people can't say Chicago mix. You know what I mean? It's like a Garrett's
I
thing.
so you think they trademarked the Chicago mix?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But this, like I said, it's found at Sam's, and you can find it in other grocery stores too. Of course, Sam's is the bulk size bag.
Right.
Um, and I'm sorry, friends, I really wanted this, so I will be munching on this. Y'all
What's up,
family now.
what's some munching between friends? A little chit chatting, a little munching, a little sipping.
Exactly.
It's all
I got
good with friends,
it.
right?
Listen, I mean, we're into season two. Like I said, y'all family now. This would be the equivalent of
Listen,
once you've been to my house once. Don't ask me for nothing. Go to the cabinet. You know where stuff is. Make yourself comfortable. So this is
and
we comfortable right now.
better yet, friends, go grab you a little drink, grab you a snack,
Right?
sit down,
Give me a snack.
let's discuss.
What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Anyway, so I went up in Sam's and lost my ever loving mind. Um, I went in there to get paper plates and paper cups. $200 later.
Mm-mm. That Sam will do it to
Ridiculous.
you. That's the equivalent of going into
It
Aldi
will.
almost.
I was just about to say it's the expensive equivalent of Aldi. Like
Or
it don't make no
the
sense at
bulk
all.
equivalent
But
of Aldi, because I'll go to Aldi for an onion and some spinach and I've come out literally with a weed whacker and trampoline. No lie. I have.
absolutely ridiculous. I know you have. Listen, you done walked out there with Aldi brand flip flops in
Uh,
your cart. So I ain't even I don't even blink an eye twice to that statement. Mm.
so what's been
But
going
let's
on?
get into it because I
Yeah,
just
what's
found
been
out
going
some
on?
news. Well, you know, we usually put our thoughts or what we're going to discuss, nothing too detailed, but just like points we want to hit, right? So I don't even know if you noticed in the podcast notes I had put Chris Stapleton.
I did notice
And
that.
I thought we was gonna have a good conversation because I in the news and a couple of sources had reported that Chris Stapleton. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, what, did he pass away?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here, babe.
No, could you still hear me? It was like it showed on my end reconnecting. I don't know if
Yeah, no,
it's my end. I
you're
gotta
good.
check
I
my.
can still hear you.
Um. So a couple sources reported that Chris Stapleton had filed an official, um, like an official, what, how do they say it? Complaint or, hold on, let me pull up. You know, I got my handy dandy tablet. An official objection to Beyonce's Grammy win.
Really?
And so I brought my tablet today. Yeah, so that's why I was like, ooh, let's get into it. But then, like I said, I had my tablet today and I was powering it up and stuff, and I started to type that in. Turns out it was just a rumor. Like
Oh,
now
okay.
it's officially been debunked and everything. Like I guess an image had came up and it started to spread fast across the internet or whatever. And so that was like the story, but there is none.
Okay.
There's no evidence, I should say, that he did file an um
Womp
official
womp.
objection.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right? Oh, because I was about to come from it from all angles. I loved it. Oh well. Moving on.
So
So
anything
for
new with
now,
you? What's been going on?
mm, nothing really new. Just working and stuff, and uh, yeah, that's about it. Nothing. Yeah, nothing new. Oh, but you know what else I did here? I'll also
What's
put this
that?
in there. So you know Walmart Plus, right? Um, Walmart Plus, you order, your groceries to be delivered and everything. You have just certain perks, fuel, da 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 da. Okay, I was listening to Pandora. Yes, I still listen to Pandora, Beth. A
I did
lot of
not
other people
say.
do.
I didn't say a word.
Listen, because I know you, Heffa. I know you. You already start that corner smile smirk. Yes, people still listen to Pandora. Not everybody listens to Spotify, even though tell your friends to find. I ain't saying, but I'm saying
See, see.
on your Spotify platform and Spotify music. No, but
I listen
uh,
and I don't judge.
whatever. I can hear. I heard it. I heard the corner of your mouth crinkle up, Beth. Whatever. Friends, your girl always laughing at me because, yes, I still listen to Pandora. I see nothing wrong with it. It's free.
It's fun.
Although they're starting,
Absolutely.
listen, they're starting to get a little crazy with the advertisements, though. Now, I got it down to a science. It's like pretty much every two songs, then there's going
Well,
to
that's a
be,
little bit too much.
isn't
You can't
it?
even get into a good. You can't even get
Right.
into a good groove.
No, for real. I'm a little, so I don't know. But then, so I try to hop on Spotify, right? I don't get Spotify's format as far as listening to music and stuff. Like
What?
with Pandora, I set up my station and then it'll play songs and similar songs. Like I tried to do that with Pandora, and I don't know. It wasn't
Because
as
what?
user friendly as
Well,
Pandora is.
so from my experience with Spotify, it's because you're not necessarily listening to a radio station. You're just downloading all the songs you want to hear, and then you build your own like playlist.
Mm-mm, too
So
much. Yeah, I
it
don't like that.
be,
Mm-mm.
because if I say I want to listen, say okay, take Chris Stapleton,
Okay.
say put on. I want to hear Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. If you say that
Oh, was you the
on,
one that sang that?
huh?
That's the one that sings that.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. Okay.
So if I say that on Pandora, it'll
Mm-hmm.
say now playing Chris Stapleton radio. And it won't necessarily play Tennessee Whiskey right away, but it might play songs in that genre.
And I
Whereas
like that.
if I, well, hold on, if I go on Spotify, but I get that you like that, but I said I want to hear it. So I
Right.
want you to play it for me. If I go on Spotify, it's my song, so I can just play it. And I've got 1,000 songs and I can play any of them whenever I want to. But if I want to listen to a radio station with songs in that genre, I can search Chris Stapleton radio or I can search Tennessee Whiskey radio and it then will play songs like that genre.
On Spotify?
Yes. But
Maybe I
so the
need to
way
do
that
that.
but the way that I use Spotify honestly is I just go on to my liked and I hit
Hmm.
shuffle and then it plays all of the songs that I've downloaded. And if I want to hear a specific song, I can go to that specific song, play it, and then I can ask it to start playing songs like that. You know what I mean?
But so where do you download them from? So
From
first you gotta set
Spotify.
up the songs, right?
What do you mean? What I just go on Spotify and say I search Tennessee Whiskey by and I press play and it plays it and then I hit the check mark or the star and it saves it for me.
See,
And then
that's
it's
not. I
downloaded
don't.
into my songs.
Hmm. Uh, okay, so that's the same thing with Pandora. You hit the thumbs up because it'll play songs, and then if I look at it because I'm like, ooh, I like that one because I forget that I've already gave it a thumbs up. But then the thumbs up is already highlighted, so it's the same thing.
It just well, no, it knows that you like that song, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can go and search that song and play it. When I do it
Oh,
on Spotify, I've downloaded the song. It's in my in my catalog, in my library, so I can always go and listen to it whenever I want. Versus Pandora just knows that you like it. And so
Mm.
it will put it in your rotation at some point because they know that you like it, but
Oh,
that's the difference. And
gotcha.
I think that's the same with
Mm,
Apple Music as well.
okay, that makes sense. Okay, I guess that's a little different because then if
That's
like you
how I
said, if you
understand
want to
it.
hear a specific song at that
Yeah,
point, you can go choose it.
absolutely. And I've got I've got thousands of songs
Hmm.
downloaded. I mean, say I hear a song from the 90s that I haven't heard forever. I completely forgot about that song. I go on to my Spotify, I pull that song up, press play,
Hold on,
and
wait. Hold on. You're going robotic for a little bit, at least on my end. I don't know if it's picking up, but it it was like going a little robotic. Okay, but go ahead.
that's well, then that's what I was talking about last time. You said that, but then when I played back the podcast, it wasn't robotic. So I don't know. I guess we'll see it again this time when we
Hmm.
try it. Anyway, so I
Yeah.
can. So like I'll hear a song that I haven't heard from a long time, maybe an 80s song, maybe a 90s song. I'm like, oh, I forgot all about that song. And I'll go on to my
Mm-hmm.
Spotify, type in that song, hear it, and then I will hit the check mark or the plus sign or the heart or whatever it is. And now it's my song and I can play it whenever.
I
That
mean, okay. Yeah, it does. I guess I don't know.
If you
I just
would
like
like,
Pandora.
I
I
have
know,
the
but
family
like you
plan.
said,
If you would like, I have the family plan, which allows me to have 5 people on my Spotify. And I don't have all 5 people in my family on my Spotify. I can give you my family code and then you can try it out and use it.
no. And then you got to pay for that.
I'm already paying for it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But no, I'm
No, it
saying,
gives me up for
oh,
so I
you
have
okay?
the
But you got to
family
pay.
plan. I have 5 slots open. I can give it to whomever. So my husband has one of them. I think one of my daughters has the other one. I don't know if my other daughter has one or not, and my son doesn't use it at all. So I've got open slots.
How much you pay for that, Beth?
Not much.
That's a what's not much. You also said that your measurement is a Ziploc milk dud bag from the movie theater. So I don't need to know. Right now, I don't trust you.
So what would be too much if I told you I paid for it?
Anything over $5.99.
Well, then it's too much.
But how much you pay?
It's $20 ish. Yeah, $20, 21,
20
29, 20, 29,
a
29.
month.
Yeah.
A month.
Yes. But I
That's
listen to all
ridiculous. Mm-mm.
I listen to how do you listen to the podcast?
Uh,
I send it to you
on
from
Spotify.
from but do you have a
Yeah,
Spotify account that you listen to it on, or do you listen to it from the recording then when we record?
I listen to it from within, like the Spotify creators thingy.
That's okay, right. So you listen to it from the creators, but I am a podcast fan. So I have
Right.
one, two, three, four, five, six, like 7 different podcasts I listen to. Plus I also
I was
do
about to say, what's
audio.
in your account, Dracula? I have
One,
one,
two,
two,
three,
three.
four, 5
I was like,
podcasts.
what's your count that high? Where is this
Um,
going right now?
5 podcasts. Ha 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 ha
Right.
ha ha. Um, and then I also have audiobooks that I listen to.
You're such
And
a
so I
dork.
can save and
Okay.
download them. And there is a free version of Spotify similar to Pandora. So if you don't pay for it and you type in a song, it'll just play that radio as opposed to playing that particular song. But I can't listen to my audiobooks that way and things like that if I don't pay for the subscription.
Listen, you know us. We didn't get all off subject. The whole point of me saying this, we can never say, oh, Lord have mercy. I can't stand us. Anyway, but so I'll have to check it out again because I don't know. Maybe now that I have a better understanding of like how to use it or what its purpose is, I'll try it again because like the last time I'm like, I don't get this. Like
And they have plans that
because
are
I
cheaper.
think
They
what I
have
was
like
looking for.
I think they have plan if you decide to purchase it, they've got plans like $5 or $6 or something like that. But it would just be for the one person. Mine is only $20 because it covers 5 people, up to 5 people on that plan can listen to it without paying because I'm paying.
Well, Beth, but if not that many people are listening to it, don't you think you should go down a tier or something then?
But then but to me it makes sense because if I've got 3 people or 4 people in the family listening to it and it's $20, that is $5 a person. You know what I mean? So it doesn't it to me it just makes sense to go ahead and just do it as a family plan, versus having everybody
Mm.
individually pay $7 or $8 for it.
And so, do they pay you for the Spotify for their slot?
No.
You charge slot rent?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Listen here, Ziploc biggie bag.
Uh,
Okay.
okay, so anyway.
Anyway, listen. So I was listening to Pandora, and the advertisement kicked in because I have reached my two max quota, but it was for Walmart Plus, and I just found it interesting and mind boggling, and just I was a little perplexed because the advertisement was about Walmart Plus and its perks, and now with Walmart Plus you can have your groceries delivered and everything, right? And you get free shipping on orders and stuff, which I'm a Walmart Plus member. This ad was talking about it was like a little skit, a family skit or whatever. Walmart Plus now has the deliverer put away your groceries.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Like enter your home and put your I forget who I was talking to, but I guess another delivery service does. Oh, I guess it's Amazon. Like Amazon, I guess you can sign up for them to like place packages in your home or whatever. But I was just thinking, I'm like, like that makes sense to like the research and development people were like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's a good idea. Let's offer for these strangers to go into the person's house and put
So
away their groceries.
so I will tell you this. Several years ago, after my dad passed away, and my mom knew she was gonna probably need to do something to supplement her fixed income, was
Hmm.
trying to think of ways to make extra money. And she asked me to ask a couple of ladies at work if they would be interested in not, she was just taking a poll, just trying to see where people's interest levels were at. If
Yeah.
there was a if there was a service that had somebody go and pick up your groceries and possibly even shop for you. But if not, pick up groceries, deliver them to your house, and if you wanted, put them away. Would that be something they would be interested in? Because she thought about doing that herself, but this was before Walmart had delivery. Or
Right.
maybe they did have it, but it was on a very limited basis. Or maybe like Basler's had delivery, and Basler's I think has had
Yeah.
delivery, but it's a small private thing. And she thought about doing that, but it would be her as one person, and she would sign or some kind of contract with the people that she was doing it with. So saying that she was licensed and insured, and or maybe not licensed, but bonded and insured, so
Yeah.
that they would feel comfortable enough. She would meet them. That way they would feel comfortable enough to allow her to go into their home and put away their groceries if they wanted it to go that far. So, and I thought that was a great idea for her. She was an older woman. I mean, you know what I mean? She wasn't like
Yeah.
somebody who you could I would think wouldn't have a hard time trusting.
But
And
see, yes, but
she
that's
thought that
a
would be a good idea to offer that as a service. And, they pay for the service, but that might be a way for her to supplement her income. And I thought that was a great side hustle back then. Needless, I mean, or little did we know that a year or so later, it was already in the works, and the retail giant Walmart was beginning to do the same thing. And so she never ended up doing it because next thing you knew, Walmart started offering delivery.
Mm.
So that was a thought that she had. So I could
But,
see where
mm,
Walmart might think it's a good idea. But I will tell you, based on the way that some of the Walmart employees who pick my produce
right. Preach.
the way they base their selection, I'm gonna say it's a hard pass on you coming into my house putting it away because you can't even get me a not rotten onion.
Or a unripe avocado. If
That's what I'm
I get
talking, right?
one more stone brick, you couldn't take the time to do a little squeezy squeeze to pick me a ripe avocado.
You won't give
Now
me a
I got
yellow tomato?
now I gotta wait 3 to 4 days, and then once an avocado goes ripe, then you on a short time basis to eat that sucker before it
Right.
goes bad. Like the window is just you can't. There's no knack to it. But I just thought, now, okay, so how your mom wanted to set it up. Lord, I got the kernel stuck in my throat. Hold on. Anyway, the way your mom, now that makes sense because, first of all, how she was going about it was with people that were already established. At least you knew them. You know what I mean? It was people from your work.
Well,
That
and it
makes a
wasn't
big
even,
difference because,
it wasn't really people from my work. She was having me survey to see if she thought women in general would be interested. And she was more thinking along the lines of a working woman who the last thing that you want to do when you get off of work is go to the grocery store, pick
yeah,
up items, then take them home and have to do all of that. So she was thinking of offering the services to a lot of working families or working women. So that's one less thing they had to do when they got off of work.
yeah. I get that, but I feel like even just how she was going about it totally different because, and it's herself, right? One
Right.
consistent person. This Walmart play, I highly doubt you're going to get the same person every time. You know what I
No,
mean? So
and I
now you
don't
got individuals coming in and out. I like to me, I'm just
know.
like, ugh,
Maybe they have
ugh,
specific ones
I
to
can't.
do
And
that.
so
I don't know.
and even on it says it's reconnecting again. Even on the flip side of I don't know whose house I'm about to, like I
Right.
the way the world is set up, you know
No.
what I mean? You can like, be
Uh-uh.
walking up in Jeffrey Dahmer's
Nope.
house putting away
Right.
his tuna fish. Like, nah, no thank you. Mm-mm.
Some old perverted man waiting for you to come, and you open the door and he's sitting in his recliner chair with his drawers on.
Right?
No,
Talking about
thank
something, you
you.
could put the potato chips right here. Nah, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope. Because you're about to get punched in the throat. Mm-mm. No, no. And so that was just one thing. I just thought that was so interesting. Like, I remember seeing a meme about how, like, years ago, the thing was don't get in cars with strangers, and yet 20 years down the line, here we are having Uber and Lyft and all this stuff. And what are you doing? Getting in cars with strangers. So it's like the whole turnaround of it is just I don't know. But I thought that Walmart Plus quote unquote perk was a little bit. I'm like,
Is that really? I
for
mean, I,
for
eh,
me, I'm happy with them just bringing it to my door. Like
right?
that.
Eh,
That's good enough for me. That takes off a lot of and shopping for me. Like shopping and bringing it to my door, cool. But then to take it a step further and come up in my house,
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
hard.
know,
It's a hard pass.
man.
Like I said, based
Yeah, for
on
me.
mm-mm, based on 16-year-old Ethan and the way he picked my produce, I'm gonna say no.
the
That's just a no.
the way Marla
Right? No, thank you. No, thank you.
delivered my bags in
Next,
front of my door, all scattered out. No,
absolutely
no.
right. The way my fuzzy picture comes across when you drop it off,
What?
you can't even take a clear picture. And you want me to let you in my
Listen.
house to put your things away? I see it, and it's a picture of my doorbell, all fuzzy, and I see one handle of a bag. No, thank you. No.
No, it's funny because it's true. Now, some of them are real good. Some of them, once your friends, if you're not familiar with Walmart Plus delivery service, when they bring your groceries to your door, what they do is take a picture and send it to you to show proof that your groceries are there. Side note, I always saw like, what if somebody took a picture to show it was there, but then took your groceries? Like that'd be jacked up, right? I don't want to put
I
no.
think people have done that. I'm sure they have.
I'm sure they have, right? I know they have even on the DoorDash side of things. Like in Philly, when we lived in Philly, it was bad. I had one dude take a picture, clearly was not my house. Like we had a bright red door. This door was green. It looked like it was in a back alley. In my notes, even in my notes on like, the delivery instructions, because our house door did not face the street. Like in Philly, they have like the row homes and townhomes and stuff. So your door is like looking across the way to your neighbor's door. You know what I mean? Like they're not facing out towards the street. They're like looking at each other. So you would have to kind of walk up on the stairs to see the correct door. And so I'm like, if I put in a note, like, bright orange door or whatever, bright red door, and you send me a picture of a big green door with a wooden handle, like, really? One dude brought the food. We never got it. And he goes, I called him. I said, I don't have it. Oh, well, I had pulled up and there were some people sitting outside and I asked them if that was their order. And they said, yeah, what you think they gonna say?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and gave our food to them. It, so I say that to say this. So friends, they show the proof of the groceries at your door, wherever your delivery instructions are. A lot of times, now I do, like I said, I get clear pictures, but sometimes, like you said, it's fuzzy. It's like they were rushing. I've seen them do it too,
It's like
like
they're
take pictures
walking
as they're
away and
walking.
trying to take a
Yes,
picture. Yeah.
yes, and that's
Yeah.
supposed to be the proof. And I'm like, no. So at the very end of that ad for the Walmart Plus thing about putting the groceries away, it was like it went on to explain how by putting it away, what they mean is the perishable items they will put like in your refrigerator, which I don't want no random person. Like it don't
I
make
don't
sense to
want
me.
your
Like why
grubby
would I want
hands
you in?
opening my refrigerator.
Yes.
Let's just say
Yes. You know
it.
what I mean? You might take a sip out of my pop. Like, nah,
No,
dude.
thank you.
But it meant that they would put the perishable items away and then all other groceries they would just like unbag and set on your counter.
Or I will have you deliver my groceries at a time when I'm home.
Right. But then that's even scary. Like, you know what I mean? Do you really want to, like, and then, like I
No,
said,
what
then
do you
that's,
mean? Drop them off at my door when I'm home. I
oh,
don't
I
need
thought
you
you
to
meant like
come
put
into
them
my
away.
house when I'm
Right.
not home. The hard part is doing the grocery shopping. So, yeah,
Exactly.
you might have, okay,
Exactly.
got my groceries at 10 and I'm not home. So, you're saying go ahead and let them come in my house and put them away? No, how about I get home at 5:30, you deliver my groceries between 5 and 7. Problem solved.
Like, I was trying to think of the only scenario that I could think of a person really using it. Well, of course, elderly, like someone who, you know what I mean, mobility is
And
limited.
that's and
And
that's one of the
like,
people my
and like,
mom was going to target for her service was
right,
somebody like that as well.
right. And like maybe a single parent, whether it be mom or dad, but like, who has little ones that they can't really, like newborns and things like that. That's the only in my mind that would make sense to use that type of service. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like say you got a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, um, where they can't like it's hard for them to like it's still a stretch because it's still a stranger, but I kind of get that. Even an older person, but then some of our older people are either naive or just or can't
Yeah.
defend
All the
themselves. So
way
I feel
around.
kind of scared. Yeah, you know what
I'm
I mean? I
anxious to
feel
see how this takes off.
yes. I just thought that was like, I was like, "Ugh, okay, okay.
Thanks,
Um,
Walmart, but no thanks.
right. Like I said, for me, when they say when they say on Shark Tank, yeah, that's a no for me.
That's a no for me.
That's a no for me.
Hard
So yeah, I
pass.
just thought that was interesting. What else? You got anything? Oh, Beth,
What? What?
I gotta make a request. Let's get into it because we already, girl, we be. It doesn't even seem like we've been on here long, but the time is
We've spent
going. It
30
is
minutes talking
flowing.
about Aldi and Walmart. So, like,
Well,
it takes
what else
no
did we talk
time
about?
for
And
us
Chris
to get off
Stapleton. No,
topic.
we right. Please tell us. And I don't know if we're because you did tell us the Five Guys story, ma'am. I was just looking for. You said you had an incident with showing a house or something like that, and I
Uh,
still don't know what it is. I need to know what happened because my mind was running wild on what could
it's,
Beth have possibly
it,
done.
I don't, I mean, it's not
No,
that big of a thing.
not that it's a big of a thing, but we've been sitting on the store for a minute. What happened? So, friends, remember our girl Beth is now is it a licensed real estate agent? Right?
There's a licensed real estate. Okay. I'm a realtor. So,
Oh,
okay, hold on. Let me
Suzanne.
explain to you. All realtors are real estate agents, but not all real estate agents are realtors.
Why are you saying realtors like
Because
that?
that's what because that's what it's called. Because okay, the reason I'm
One,
saying it that way
two, three realtors.
because a lot of people say realtor, and it's
Okay.
not. It's spelled Realtor. It's a realtor. It's not like a realtor, and so that's why I'm saying it that way. And I'm not trying to
Okay.
be bougie or nothing else, but
Wise.
that's just the way you say it. And it's a membership. You pay dues to be a part of the group to have that R. You know what I'm
You
talking
pay
about?
dues to be a realtor.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That
Realtor.
R.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
So not
Oh, that's
everybody
like a
has the
trademark
R,
thing?
huh?
That's like a trademark thing?
That's a trademark thing. So and you have to
Gotcha.
pay to be a part of it. So that's what I mean. You can be a licensed real estate agent and not be a realtor, but all realtors are licensed real estate agents.
Oh, wait. Not all real estate agents are.
Are
So
realtors because if they don't pay to
what's a
be a part of
realtor?
a realtor is a real estate agent, but it's a membership that you belong to, so you get
Oh,
certain
okay, gotcha.
access to
I'm with you
different
now.
things that if you
Yes.
don't pay for that, you don't get. So
Gotcha.
all realtors are real estate agents, but not all
Right.
real estate agents are realtors.
Makes sense, friends. See, we learn something new every day. Side note, because not to take away from your shine, and I'm sure you went through. I'm sure of it way more, to get that prestige and to hold that honor. But your girl is a notary public now.
I know, congratulations.
But so I did take the exam. So y'all need some legal documents, witnessed and signed and sworn in, and oaths and affirmations. Hit your girl up. I can only charge a certain amount, but I can add on extras, which I will do. I will travel for a small fee, and things like that. But I get it, and the reason I say that is it's the same thing with notary public. Everyone can be a notary public, but then if you pay into or do something else, you can be like a mobile notary public or a mortgage. There's a difference to being a notary public that can sign on like mortgage documents and things like that. So it's not like what do they say? There's levels to this.
Right.
There's levels. Yeah. So I get you. Okay.
That's all
All
I'm
right.
trying to say. Um,
Now back to the
so,
matter at hand. What you do, Heifer?
so I was showing. I was doing an open house, and
Okay.
this house is.
Let's stop for a second. Let's explain and see what that thing was that shot across the sky going like 2,000 miles an hour.
Oh my! Do you hear what's
What?
going on?
Hold on. I hear a special guest in the background.
Hey, how you doing, Don? How you
No.
doing?
What's
So me
going
and my wife,
on,
we was coming from
buddy?
McDonald's earlier today, and I seen something that flashed across the sky, phew, real fast. And it wasn't an
Okay.
airplane, it wasn't a jet, it wasn't a, I don't know what it was.
Now, when you seen it, so how
Oh,
do
we seen
you?
it clear as day. It was right in front of us, like literally right in front of us, and it was like
And it
moving.
wasn't a plane. Like
It
you could
wasn't a
see that
plane.
it wasn't a plane.
It definitely wasn't a
Okay.
plane. It
Did it
wasn't a
cause like
helicopter. No
light in
helicopter.
the sky? Was
It, it
it?
was
Did
a
it make
it
a
was a
streak?
light.
So it was flying, and I thought it was a plane. And he
Okay.
said that is not a plane because it was going super fast. When I say, like, an airplane is, you can see it moving. This thing was like
Jet.
zooming.
Like a
But
shooting star?
no, it
No,
looked like a plane. I mean, it looked like in the
It
sky the
held
way a
its
it was a plane.
its
It was a plane going like 2,000 miles an hour.
right. It looked like it would have been a plane, only if a plane was going like at rocket speed. Now, I
huh.
will say this: there was a space launch tonight, and because we live not far from
It was kind of
the
low too. It was
oh
low.
my, because we live far
It wasn't.
from
It definitely wasn't far in the sky like a rocket.
hello, hello.
Now listen,
Uh,
well listen, because we have a special guest and a special voice, you have to introduce our friends to who they're
we don't
hearing
really,
right now.
yeah, do we?
Yes.
Yes.
That's rude, Beth.
Very
Right.
rude.
So is crashing the podcast.
Kinda. I could see
I didn't
that.
crash. I didn't crash. I knocked on the door politely,
He knocked
and I
constantly,
and
and
I
I was
and I
afraid that
waited,
you guys would hear it. So
and I
I
waited my
finally opened the
turn.
door to see what he wanted. I didn't know
I waited my turn.
this is what it was. Um, so this is my other half.
Yo,
That's probably good enough, right?
We'll keep the mystery. We'll call him Mr. J. Mr.
This
Mr.
is Miss.
J.
This is Miss. Yes, this is the Mister. This is Mister Beth, and um, so it was. So he swears it was not a plane, but it
So
looked
did
like a
you
plane. But it was. But it was going fast. Now we do have. We don't live horribly far. I mean, like when I say not horribly far, maybe an hour and a half ish from the space station or from
okay.
the, where they have space shuttles take off. And
Yeah.
there was a,
it could have been a Ferrari airplane.
oh Lord, there was uh, I can't even, he's thrown me off. He's
Listen,
so
well
thrown me off.
what I was going to say was did you Google like in your area if or did you look up to see if anyone in your area reported anything?
No, no,
If
no.
they
No,
See,
did
this
too?
is this is the thing that she wanted to do. She wanted to argue with me
I didn't
about.
want to argue with
She
him.
was like, "So are you telling me that I'm wrong about it? It's a plane?" I said, "No, it could be a plane. It's just a supersonic plane, a real fast one."
I said,
That's
because it
it.
was,
I
it was
didn't.
a
I didn't
hundred
say.
percent a
Then
plane.
she was like a helicopter. No, every helicopter we hear. We hear
Right.
every helicopter.
Oh, right. Was there any sound with it or anything?
Nothing.
But we were
No
driving
sound.
and our windows were up, and
Soundless.
Oh,
it was up in the sky, so I felt like you wouldn't be able to hear it necessarily.
Soundless.
right.
But it was 100% a plane.
Soundless.
Okay, say goodbye, everybody. All right, thanks, sir. All right, goodbye. All right, see you later.
Bye, Mr. J.
Oh,
I like how he said, I knocked and I waited my turn. Mr. Beth.
he's trying
Is
to
he
tell me
still
I don't know
talking?
good. I don't. He's like, I don't know good podcasting.
I heard him still going off.
Anyway, it
Friends,
was.
what
I don't
makes
know.
it
I'll
so
Google it
hold
and see if I
on.
can figure out what it was. But it
But
was a plane. If it wasn't a plane, it was plane like, and
okay.
it was flying at an abnormally fast speed. And so I said, well, there is a shuttle. There was a shuttle takeoff tonight, but typically when we see those like a SpaceX launch,
Yeah.
they typically shoot up. You know what I mean? Like they're
Mm-hmm.
going up, and you'll see
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the flame from it, like the fire from the rocket.
Right.
This was flying across like a plane, but like at a really high speed. It was weird. It was.
Which
I
in
mean, it was zooming.
which would make sense because even with a shooting star, that's the whole thing. It like fades out. Like you know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean? Like it's not going to
yeah.
be a consistent stream or a
This was
consistent motion.
unless it was like a drone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but going that fast though, because
Yeah,
what kind of images would you catch?
Yeah, what would be the
Going
point of
that
it? I
fast.
don't know. I don't know. It was strange. I forgot about it.
Interesting.
So
Interesting. Well, see, now he reminded you. So his purpose
oh,
was met. And
was fulfilled. Okay. He'll be so happy. He'll
listen,
think he's famous. He'll
and
be like,
and friends, to give y'all background, what makes it so hilarious is from the start of this, Mr. Beth, Mr. J, Beth's better half.
huh?
I'm saying what makes it funny is like from
No,
the
I'm
start,
saying better half. I
or
think we should just
what
stick it with other half.
other half. It's so stupid. But what makes it funny is from the start of us even having like coming through with this idea of the podcast and stuff, he's been wanting to give insight and what we should do and y'all should
Oh
do
my
this
lord.
and have feedback and stuff. And he wanted to be a guest. I better be the first one on. So officially, unofficially, he was our first guest, I
He
guess.
he is going to ask me, are they requesting for me to come back next week? Like he's going to think that
I
he
love
is
it.
going to be like the we don't get comments from a lot of people, but he for some reason is going to think that now all of a sudden there will
They're
be
requesting that I come
specially
back. Like,
requested. Yes, he'll be specially requested.
I
Okay.
love it.
Um
Your house, the
okay.
showing. Okay, so
So now this house that I was doing open house for, it's a nice house. It has
okay.
um it's what do you call, like, waterfront property, which
Oh,
has
okay.
access to the ocean.
Oh
It
my.
doesn't sit right on the ocean, but you can get to the ocean from it. You take
Okay.
the river to the intercoastal, and you get to the ocean from it. So it is, and it's nice. It's moving ready, and it's listed for over $1 million.
I'm sorry, what? You doing big things like that? You selling $1 million homes,
I'm not.
Heifer?
If listen, I haven't found a buyer yet. So if you're interested, let me know.
Who like are you saying
Um,
that rhetorically? Like who are you saying is interested? Not
whoever,
I.
to whomever, to whomever, to
Listen, because I'm gonna
any
have
of
to
our
go in with
friends
10 people.
or any of our friends. So
$1 million. Go ahead,
So
Beth.
if you know me, you know that I am a consistent procrastinator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right on,
And
right on.
as we've discussed early on in the podcast, I have a trouble. I'm not bad at time management, but sometimes time gets away from me.
Say
So,
that on a job interview. Now, it's not a matter of time management. It's the fact that I just can't hold on to time. It gets
like
away from me.
I told you, I leave my bedroom. In my bedroom, it's one time. I walk out my bedroom door, look at the kitchen clock. Somehow 15 minutes has passed, and all I did was open the door. So I have to get to this open house. It's not far from where I live, which is good. It's only like a 5-minute drive.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but I'm already running late. Not
How
running
late,
late,
Beth?
just like, huh?
I was about to say how late.
Not running late, just not early.
Mm-mm, shut up, Eva. Mm-mm.
So, the one thing that I didn't get to do that I wanted to do before I went was do my nails.
Do your what?
My nails.
Okay.
And some people might not know this, but I have done my nails before, like in the car. You know what I mean?
Um, Not even done. We're talking full manicure, pedicure while driving on the highway, 82 miles per hour. Please
No,
proceed.
that sounds irresponsible, Dawn. Don't put that
Oh,
out
my
there.
bad. 75 miles per hour. Silly me.
But because the drive is so short, there was no way that I was going to get my nails done before I got there. So I was like, that's fine. The open house started at 11. Rarely, and that's fairly early for an open house. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't think anybody's going to show up right at 11. So I'll get in there, I'll get situated, and if I have some time, I will do my nails. And
Okay.
I wasn't talking about my fingernails, it was my toenails.
Mm-mm.
So, what what does that make this like what ugh. Why not
Because I
toes?
already know how you feel about your feet, Miss. I can't. Our toes shouldn't be enclosed in shoes. It's just not. Oh Lord, I
So,
can. I think I
so
kind of see where this is going. Oh
okay,
my
so of course
gosh.
I had sandals on, right? So I had to do my toes.
Okay.
So I get into the house. It's quiet. Um, everybody's gone, and there's nobody showing up yet. So I'm like, okay, perfect timing. Let me get to these toes real quick. Let me at least get one coat of polish on my toes, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So fine. I sit down, prop my foot up, and proceed to paint my toes. Have the toenail polish or the fingernail polish in one hand, the brush in the other, and I'm slowly going through my toes and toes. And the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, that's weird. That's wet. What's that wet? I look down, and on my foot, I have, unbeknownst to myself, had was tilting the bottle while I was painting my toes, and it's all over my foot and down my shoe.
What?
I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't even feel it. I didn't see it.
What
I go
color,
to
Beth?
wipe my foot and I look down at the floor
In
and
this $1 million home?
there's a puddle of fingernail polish.
In
And
this
listen,
$1 million home?
and not just fingernail polish, like lilac purple fingernail polish on the floor. So it's like not
In
even
this
something that would
million
blend
dollar
in.
home? What color was the floor,
I,
Beth?
huh?
Was it like marble, like white floors?
It it was lighter floors, like a gray, like a light gray
Oh,
kind
like
of
the how they
wood.
do the modern colors
Yes,
now.
and
Okay.
I was like, "Oh my goodness.
Beth.
Isn't that crazy?"
Beth.
I mean, when I say a puddle, Dawn, I mean a puddle.
How
Like
big
I
was
don't
that
even
nail
know
polish
how.
bottle, Heifer?
I don't even know. I was painting my nails and the bottle was tipped over. I had no idea. So polish was just running out. It was enough to run
Oh.
down my leg, down my foot, on my shoe, and a puddle on the floor.
Beth, do
And I
you
hadn't
have
even felt
like
it.
damaged nerve endings in your leg? Because how do you not feel
I I I
that?
I finally felt it. Like I'm like, ooh, that's wet. Like what's wet on my foot? And that's when I looked down and saw it.
How did you clean it up?
I hopped up and thank goodness for whatever reason, because I was like, it could go either two ways. I grabbed a paper towel and
Right,
I'm
right, right.
like, I'm either going to get this up or it is going to smear across the whole floor.
Oh, oh,
For whatever reason, I grabbed that paper towel, grabbed some paper towels and went to go like try to scoop it, like
yeah.
scoop the spill. And I got most of it up. And then the rest, I kept wiping and it just like kind of faded into the floor. I don't know how.
Beth,
I know. I
what if that
know.
had a stain? That million
Dawn.
dollar
Dawn.
home.
Dawn.
Oh my gosh,
I
Beth.
know. I know. I'm like,
Don't you
oh,
ever, don't listen.
you're such an idiot. Only me. I promise.
I now listen. I'll agree with only you. That's not idiot. But Beth, please do not take no more nail polish into no $1 million home. Don't do that.
I have it everywhere. Nail polish everywhere. In my car. I have it in my purse. I have it everywhere.
What did you
But
have on, like for it to run? Like, did you have pants on when it ran down your
no,
leg, or did you have
no.
shorts?
I had like a flowy sundress on.
Oh my god! Oh, so you had it hiked up a little bit.
Yes, I had my
Did
dress
it?
hiked up
Okay,
because I was trying to. Yeah, I had my.
yeah, to
Yeah,
get your toes. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, Beth, that
I
could
know.
have
I
went.
know. I know.
My gosh,
I know.
heifer. Only you.
Needless
Only
to say, I will
you.
not be doing that anymore.
Listen, I didn't know
No.
where this was going because at first I thought you were going to say like you were going to do your nails. You were trying to put some press-ons on, got your hand glued to your fingers. Because did you get nail glue in your eye before? Was that you?
It is so funny that you mentioned that. Now, I don't remember getting nail glue in my eye, but just like literally 3 days ago, I was putting on some nails and I had put actually, I had already had nails on. And one of
Okay.
my thumbnails, like started to come off.
Like
So
the
I
up
went
around
to
the edge.
around the edge. So I grabbed
Okay.
the nail glue to kind of secure it. And then I proceeded to go and eat my crunch wrap. And I did not realize that I still had nail glue around my nail.
Uh-huh.
And I picked up the crunch wrap and I put it in my mouth. And I'm like, ooh, that's weird. Next thing I know, Dawn, I had glue on my lip and on my tongue. And I and I said to my daughter, I'm like, hey, come here, come here. Do you see something on my face? I said, it looks really I was like, she had made the crunch wraps. I'm
Okay.
like, this tastes weird. Like, it's funny. Like, there's a weird feeling. Like, I'm like, do I have like some of the food on my tongue? And she's like, I don't see anything. And then as I start really saying that, it starts to get really hard and stiff. And then I realized that I had glue on my finger. And when I touched the crunch wrap and I put it in my mouth, some of my thumb must have gotten in my mouth. And it was on my top lip and my tongue.
Beth, let's dissect this a little bit because Heffa, who gets their thumb in their mouth
I
while
don't,
eating something? Do
that's the
you,
only thing I can imagine that happened because I don't know how I got glue on my lip and on my tongue. I'm like, this is weird. And it was weird. It didn't feel right and it was
Beth,
not good.
Beth,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Heffa, how hungry are you that
I
when you
wasn't I
tighten
wasn't
your crunch wrap, like I'm doing the motion right now, so you're holding right?
I
Do,
must have,
do you,
the glue is kind of running, I guess, maybe. I don't Dawn, I don't
I listen.
know.
No, I know because we're gonna figure this out right now. Let me tell you something. I don't care how runny the glue is. Do you know how far you must have shoved that crunch wrap for your thumb
I
to
don't
be able to
even
touch your
remember my
lip?
thumb going into my mouth. But that's the only unless I had a little bit of residue of the I don't know,
W-
Dawn.
w- No, I'm trying to help you figure this out, Beth. You're not
Let's just not
understanding
try
what
to
I'm
figure out
saying.
and let's just
No,
accept it.
friends, what I want you to do right now is put your hands in a position as if you're holding a sandwich or a crunch wrap. Now, proceed to move that crunch wrap or sandwich towards your mouth, right?
Okay.
What I'm saying is, when you're holding that food item, you have a little bit of space from where your mouth is like coming in contact with the food. So for
Maybe I
your
wiped my mouth and I don't remember. I don't
no,
know.
you would have remembered that, Heifer. You would have remembered because first of all, if that were the case, you would have felt the stickiness. Like I get what you're saying, like from the motion of like rubbing your mouth from a crumb or whatever. No, you would have felt that. You, you was holding the sandwich, the crunch wrap, and got it so far in your mouth that your finger touched your lip. That's how close you was on biting it. I've seen you bite stuff, Beth. You're a big gulp and you're a big biter. I've seen you eat a sandwich. Okay, all I'm saying is slow down. Like, just-
I don't know. So it's so funny that you mentioned about the glue in my eye because I don't know if I got glue
Cause
in my
wasn't
eye,
that
but I
you?
definitely got glue in my mouth and on
Was
my
it
lip.
glue? Glue there? No, didn't you? Wait, no. No, Beth. Maybe it wasn't glue. Didn't you pee in your eye one time?
Huh? What?
Did you get pee in your eye one time? How did? What
Listen, I want so bad to say absolutely not, but I can't say that with 100% surety.
That's what's a shame.
I want to say that's never happened, Dawn. No.
But
But I don't know.
no, I think you did. Hold on. What was it? You went to the bathroom, and like when you go to a public bathroom, you don't. Women,
That
we
you don't sit.
we don't sit. And I remember you telling me like, "Oh my gosh!" Like you went to the bathroom
And so there
as
was
you were
some
going,
splash.
yes, which is not far fetched because, of course, only Beth. I've seen you drink coffee and get a coffee stirrer stuck in your eye,
Oh,
like
that
the
has
stuff.
happened. Yeah, that happened. That happened.
So that's why, friends, you listen to
That
this, like,
happened.
ain't no way. Trust me, when it comes to Beth,
I sure
anything
did
is
get that coffee
possible.
stir in my eye. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I want friends. We were up there talking. We were outside on location. It was fairly cool. So, warm yourself up, hot cocoa, coffee. Beth gets coffee, gets her creamer, prepares her coffee to her liking, and we're up there talking. And she stirs her coffee, leaves her stirrer in there, goes to take a drink, and like as the coffee stirrer is sliding across the cup, Beth somehow catches it in her eye, to the fact that when she caught it and she moved the cup
It was.
down and lifted her head up, the coffee stirrer is sticking out of this chick's eye. Like, I don't know if you ever heard the Bible parable of, the rafter in the eye, get the
Hmm.
straw out of your eye. No, this was that. This was that, y'all. She lifted her head up, and I remember freaking out. Because if you don't know me, I have a weak, I get panicky, I gag. It's bad. And she lifted her head up and had a coffee stir sticking from between her eyelids. I can't, only Beth. That's all I can say is only Beth. Oh, heifer.
Anyway, other than that, I went for my first colonoscopy.
Oh, oh Lord. How was that, man? This Beth, and I'm serious. I feel myself getting old. Like, I
Hmm.
don't like the feeling. It had where I work, we have drivers and stuff, and this one driver, now he looks rough looking dude. Beth, he was only 22. I was like, I
Huh?
have a daughter your age, and it just made me feel. I'm like, there's no way these kids are looking rougher and rougher and older and older. But he was 22 years old, and all I could think was like, I just feel so old. Just I can legit use the term kid now.
Right. Or you
In
can
my
say,
interaction.
it's funny because I can say 20 years ago, like I shouldn't be able to
Mm,
say that something happened 20 years ago
20 years ago,
like
Beth.
it's nothing.
Like that's what to go. That's a hard truth. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about the liquor. That's a
Right.
hard truth. Oh man.
So it's
Oh
it's,
no.
it's huh?
Listen. Who did I just see? Who did I just see? It was a celebrity, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, he's getting old. Who was it, Beth? There was a few of them, but there was one in particular where I felt like I remember seeing him, like it makes me think of like when our parents in their day seeing actors, you know what I mean, like young playing in movies, and I don't know, it's just like a full circle. Who was it? I cannot think of who it was, and I was just like, man, he is getting old. Like, and I remember maybe it was Denzel. No, was it Denzel or somebody like that? It's like the aging is clearly showing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know
Even
it's hard. It's hard.
is it Patrick Dempsey? Is he Grey's Anatomy guy?
Yeah, McDreamy.
Yeah, like even him, because I guess I don't know if they're doing a reboot of or something, a spin-off of Grey's Anatomy, something I seen, but even seeing him, and I'm
And he
like these
looks good. I
actors
mean,
that we knew in our youth.
he's aged nicely. I mean, I feel like a lot of men, it looks good on them. Like the age looks good on them,
Oh yeah, no,
which
most definitely,
could
but
also
but
be
they're
showing
getting
my
older.
age, but I think he looks great.
Who?
But yeah. Anyway, so that's that.
Man, that just ugh,
It
age.
was
I
so
don't
it was
like it.
interesting. It was interesting.
Oh, Beth, that was a good one though. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Um, Hmm.
We're
What
already at
else?
an
What are,
hour, and there was so much more I wanted to talk about, but we got bogged down on
well,
all
you got
the.
one more thing because we're doing pretty good. You got another short. I just wanted to say this real quick, and not to, because our whole niche is, if we don't get into politics or anything like that. I just found it very interesting. It was talking about how the current president, his plan was to sell gold cards. Like, there's green cards for like non-resident aliens, and so his plan was to sell gold cards to invite wealthy people to come, right? To come to have residency or whatever in the United States. And it's almost like the Walmart perk. I was just thinking of, like, what could go wrong. I'm like, not everybody wealthy is on the up and up. You know what I mean? You got
A
cartel
lot of them
members that
aren't.
are millionaires. Like, Diddy is a millionaire. Like, I just thought that was funny. Like I said, not on the just the situation in itself. I'm like, when you, like, no good deed goes unpunished. It's like, I don't, okay, but did you think that maybe, like, some people that have access to a lot of money aren't good people? Like, that could cause,
I would venture to say the majority of them.
right? You know what I mean? So I was like, might want to hit the table again on that one.
So, speaking of wealthy people,
Okay.
and this isn't necessarily directly tied to him, but Mr. Elon Musk
Uh huh.
with his self-driving vehicles in his Cybertruck. Did you happen to see that they have come up with a flying truck,
What?
a flying car?
No.
The world's first, and it's not one of his, but the
Okay.
world's first flying car has been made. And what it can do, it was developed by Aleph or Aleph, or it's like ALEF, Aleph, I don't know, Aeronautics.
Okay. Uh
And
huh.
this car, what it can do is, like, it can fly over other parked cars. So if, like, you're driving and say the car in front of you is going too slow,
Oh
it
no, that can't be good.
supposedly, right,
Oh no, that can't be good.
it will kind of like hop
Hover
up
or just?
and
Oh
and
no.
and
Mm-mm.
and can hop over you.
Oh no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, thank you.
And it's ugly on top of all of that.
Hold on. Oh, I forgot I got my handy dandy tablet. Was it First Flying Car?
Yeah,
Was it?
just
How did it say?
Google it and look at the picture of it.
Okay. Let me see. Let me go
It's like it's
back.
an electric car, all that good stuff. Creepy.
Oh, come on. Okay. First Flying- Let's take a. Oh my word. That looks like something out of a 1960s Star Trek movie. What in the world?
So it was designed to drive on the street, but can take off vertically when needed and fly overhead above traffic. And
I'm
they
watching the
think that
video
they're
right now.
building the solution to issues of modern congestion.
My thing is, if everyone thinks that the car in front of them is running slow and everybody starts,
Hovering.
oh my gosh, I just opened up
And
like
what happens
the
if
full
you are
kick.
over my car and then for some reason you hit something by mistake and it like falls out the sky and lands on my car?
Right. I just, like I said, I just opened up the full video or whatever. The
Hmm.
thing is ugly. It.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. That's not. It's not. Oh, it's really flying though. I'm watching the video right now. Oh my goodness, it looks a little wobbly. Like you said, what if the thing all of a sudden loses its?
In the words
What
of
in the
Shark Tank,
world?
it's a no for me.
It's a no for me. Because okay, the whole thing is now, and it looks like it. Okay, I get it. It jumped over the car, right? My thing is, it jumped over the car with space to land. If you're in congestion, because it's looking like this is only like a short burst. So if you're in congestion, you hop over a car, but there's five more in front of it. You know what I mean? So unless you can plan for
Absolutely.
this thing to really like, oh my word, I listen here. Whew, it's about to get real interesting.
I'm
Real
telling you, it's too
interesting.
much. And then did you hear about the two AI?
Yes. No, did you see it?
Yes.
Did you? That was a little freak. So, friends, I'm sorry. I feel like we got to fill you in just in case you didn't. So, what we're talking about, there was a, well, I don't know if it was, what would you call it, a test? It showed how they set up. It was a laptop and a phone, both controlled by AI, or both handled by AI. And so these two test subjects, the laptop and the phone, were having a conversation and then recognized that the other was AI. And so one of them suggests, would you like to switch over? I think they called it like a G wave or something. So it went from these two, the laptop and the phone, talking to each other in the regular AI voice. They recognize, hey, I'm AI. Oh, I'm AI too. Would you prefer to speak on this? I forget the technical term that they called it. Next thing you know, the laptop and phone are communicating to each other, but in like
Beep boop beep bop
AI
bop. Eep,
language.
eep, eep,
Like, yeah,
eep,
it's
eep.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was just that was a little freaky. It was a little freaky. I don't know. Listen, all I'm saying is, friends, if you have not seen the movie I,
I was just
Robot,
about to say, what do you always say to me? Have we
have we
not learned
learned
anything
anything?
from iRobot?
I say, listen, you want to know something funny? So today at work, I was going in the cabinet, right? And we have a printer that sits by the cabinet. Like we moved into a new location, everything, and so in this new location, the previous building tenants left behind certain things, and so one was this. I mean, it's a nice size. Printer, one of those like heavy duty, it stands or whatever, but we can't connect to it, or they haven't figured out how to connect to it or unlock it or whatever needs to be done. Anyway, it sits by the cabinet. I was looking for something, and like I like either the cabinet drawer bumped into it, I bumped into it, and I was like, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry." And so a coworker said, did you just apologize to the printer? I said, and listen, what's my motto? I said, I sure did. Have we learned nothing from iRobot? I said, the way AI is going, it's about to get real. I'm making friends with every piece of equipment I run into. So, yes, I sure did say, oh, excuse me. I apologize.
That's hilarious.
I take nothing for granted when it comes to, no, no. You laugh now until Dawn's riding on the back of a Xerox machine safely.
That's hilarious.
I sure did. I was looking at it saying, what it was, and it was kind of loud. Like when it happened, like I said, I can't remember if it was the drawer or even myself. It was like boom. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Yep. Treat everything with respect. But I say we call it. We did good. We got through some topics. We got through some stories. We got through you spilling nail polish in $1 million
I
hole.
Let's just keep that
Aside,
between us and let's not tell anybody. Okay?
okay, we can do that, right, friends? This is it's just
I
in
don't
our
want
small
anybody
little
thinking I'm an irresponsible realtor.
realtor. So
Uh
listen. Aside from that, though, did people come through? Did you? I know you said you didn't have the sale yet, but did
I had
you
a couple of people show up that day, yes. So
and
but,
show
but
interest? Like were they interested in it?
there's no way that you can't love the house. And this house isn't to me pretentious like you might think of Some houses that
Meaning
are
that it's $1 million.
right. It's not like where you
Gotcha.
feel like you can't. What I appreciate and what I really like about the house is that it feels like a home. It feels like you
Okay.
could walk in and move right in, and like it's great for entertaining, um, having parties that like you wouldn't feel like you're on top of each other.
Yeah.
It has
So
a
it's spacious.
closed-in lanai with a pool. I mean, it's just a great space. It's wide open, so it doesn't feel like some of those.
Hold on.
Huh?
Pause. It has a closed-in what?
It has a lanai, which is basically a like what would you call it? Like a patio, but it's a lanai is like enclosed, so it protects you like from the heat and the elements. A lot of houses in Florida have them because you know it's not just a like a patio that's open. It's like enclosed and you know.
So an enclosed patio. Heifer. It has a
No, I'm
lanai.
telling you, I'm not trying to be funny. It is literally it's called a lanai. They're called like so you wouldn't say that I have a patio or a porch. You would say I have a lanai.
Spell it. Lanai. I'm looking it up. Listen, what's the difference? Oh, look. This is very interesting. Learn something new every day. First of all, Lanai is a country or a city in Hawaii, but there's actually a little thingy that said, like, let me see, it's at patioproductions.com. What's the difference between a lanai, a patio, a porch, and a sunroom or a veranda?
Uh-huh.
Let me see,
And
what's a
what's it?
lanai? A lanai is actually a specific type of porch or veranda. More specifically, a lanai is a term most frequently used in Hawaii to describe a specific type of porch.
Well, we use it here as well.
Well, aren't you special, Beth?
Not
Aren't you
necessarily.
special? Let's see here. Patio, lanai. Come on. There we go. A building it says that building a lanai is less costly than adding a large sunroom to your home. Okay. Lanais also offer more protection than a traditional porch because they usually feature screens or windows.
Right.
Okay. Does our friend Carly have a lanai then?
Yeah, she would have a lanai.
Okay, gotcha. Because it showed a picture of one. I'm like, that looks like okay at her place.
Yeah, a lot of houses have them here. Sometimes even your pool, if you have a pool, your
Yeah,
pool is within the lanai because it just provides a little bit because the sun is so strong here. It just provides a little bit more protection.
that's what it says. So it has a breakdown of a porch, a lanai, a veranda. Oh no, just those three. But in the lanai section is like a lanai is an extension of the home, tends to be mid-size, is fully covered and contained like a sunroom, but with more airflow. Can be used to entertain guests or relax at home. Is a regional term most commonly used in and originating from Hawaii.
Hmm.
Like I said, but what I was saying was before we were so rudely cut off by whatever means, you learn something new every day. Like I hadn't heard of lanai. Now we know. I've seen one in person, so I feel a little bit
I'm
better
glad
about
I could
that.
be of service to you today.
Well, you're doing an excellent job as a realtor. Good job. Good job.
All right,
That's all I got,
Dawn.
Beth. I know,
I
right?
know.
I done
There's a
got to the
couple
bottom
other
of
things,
my
but we can talk about them later. I mean, we can talk about them another day.
right.
As usual, time just flies when you're having fun.
Exactly. And I've gotten to the bottom of my wine glass, so it's time
All
for me to
right.
go night night.
Okay.
Have a good.
Ready to go night night? Yep.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
I'm ready to go night night because I've had me a good old. I'm gonna have a good old sleep.
Good for you.
Yes. All right, buddy. Well, friends, thanks for joining us again. You learned something new. Beth can't have nail polish. You know what a lanai is. uh, and many other things, but we did it all with laughs and smiles. So Until
Thank
next
you for
time,
joining us. Yep.
of course, I ain't saying
But I'm saying
we out, y'all. Bye.
bye.